Hi, Kara.
Good
You're
evening.
Kara Rosenberg, huh?
It's a pleasure to meet you.
It's nice to meet you. Thank you for coming on this program. And, you know, now you're the principal, I believe, of Palo Alto Adult Education.
That's correct.
And I'm wondering, in a community where we have so many PhDs and college graduates and high performers and extremely educated people, what is the role or the place of your adult school education?
Well, there are a number of highly educated people in this community, but not everyone is highly educated. And even those who are need further education. So we have several basic programs for people of all walks of life. One of them is English as a second language. And there are many people who come here to Stanford who need to further their English skills, and so we help with that.
Oh, when you say Stanford, you mean Stanford University?
Yes, Stanford University.
So English as a second language. So we have people coming from the various islands and maybe Spain or Asia, and you're referring to students now?
China, postdocs in particular, and many of them come with families, and their families need English.
And they want to brush up and or expand their...
Sure, they may speak English and have technical skills, but they may also need skills to function in the community. And so we help with that.
So would it be safe for me to say that's one of the big areas of...
That's one of our largest programs, and as a matter of fact, that's the basic program under which adult education schools were founded. They were founded over 150 years ago specifically for citizenship and English as a second language purposes.
Okay, just staying with the second language.
Right.
Do you have in the same class, let's say, Germans, Chinese, and...
That's right. That's what makes it so much fun. People from all over the world. And that's why it's actually a wonderful thing to teach English as a second language in Palo Alto, because you meet people from all different countries.
Yes, and I would say if these people come from all different countries, they have a natural instinct and interest in other people from other cultures and foreign places. So that could be probably a wonderful evening out for the folks as they learn.
Mm-hmm. Well, there's another piece, and that is many people think of us as a night school, but we are far from just a night school.
Does that mean you have daytime classes?
Absolutely. We have daytime English as a second language classes, and then we have another really interesting program in the community called Preschool Family, and that's a parent participation preschool. That's how I was first introduced to the adult school. I signed my 1-month-old up for
So this is a
preschool.
head start for parents, a head start, did you say?
I wouldn't call it a head start. I'd call it a lab and an education, how to be a better parent, how to understand the school system in the community.
Okay. This is before the child has arrived?
Not necessarily. Mostly it's after the child has arrived, from babyhood up through 5 years old.
Okay, so in the greater Palo Alto community, we do acknowledge there are a number of folks who maybe just squeak through high school, maybe not even that much, and maybe they come from families that have not been the most effective role models with respect to raising children. But then at the other hand, we have these families that come in here that come from families that really have a good feel for how to grow and educate and bring children forward. Or they're highly educated, whatever, and they're so intense about bringing the children forward that they're coming to you in the day school, the night school, to learn new skills and insights on how to bring...
I think everyone, as they say, it takes a village to raise a child, and everyone can use help and those connections. You build connections in the community that last all the way through school.
Okay, so you're expanding what we normally, or some people would normally think about the knowledge you acquire in an adult school to not just the books and what you hear, but the people you meet and community, the facilities, the services.
That's right.
That are just available to you, and if you know how to reach out and tap into them, your life is so much
That's
better.
right. And I think there are many other organizations in the community that do the same thing. That's just one piece of it that helps parents raise their children and helps parents understand the school system and helps bring people into the PTA. We train a lot of people for the PTA in the
do you?
school. Sure. They start in preschool family and learn how to volunteer in the schools and develop a passion for that and a passion for helping their children through school.
Yes, and I guess a strong PTA, strong parents help have a strong, effective school system.
That's right.
And help grow children, and because of your contribution and your school and all the teachers, that's helps contribute to this area being considered one of the truly great places to come for your children's education.
Absolutely.
Okay, so far I've learned a few things, and we focus to an extent on English as a second language, and we also, you help bring up that people can learn so much about raising children and learning about the resources in the community.
That's right.
And you also briefly mentioned that in the past, and I don't know if it's still this way, these adult schools were set up to help immigrants, let's say.
That's right.
Become citizens.
That's right, and we still do that. All adult schools do that. They offer citizenship classes so that people can learn all the things that they need to learn to be able to pass their citizenship test, but not only that, to become good citizens in the country also.
So the people that come to these citizen courses, their priority is clearly to be able to get their papers, citizenship papers.
Cool.
But you also sense, is it you who have this interest, or do you sense they also have a basic desire to become good parts of this country and help contribute to it?
I believe they do. They want to belong to the community, and citizenship is one great way to belong to the community and learn the history of the country and become part of the fabric of the community.
And I was wondering when, at some point, they take their test and I don't know, a judge or some organization of our government announces that they raise their hand. Is this something you ever go to?
I haven't done that. I never have. Some of the teachers have, but I have not. I've seen it on television, and it's actually very moving to watch people become new citizens.
I would think so, because I think you and I would agree there are people who have come from other places where life has been really a challenge, threatening even, and they come here for opportunity, safety, and for their family and others. And this country, with all its problems, is still the beacon on the hill, I think.
I think it's important for people who want a future for their children and for their families, often.
Okay. Adult school is wonderful for people who want to improve their English so they can take advantage of the opportunities this community gives, this country gives, and so they can make a greater contribution. And then it provides opportunities for those folks who want to get their citizenship and become important contributors to this society. And then it's also for people who want to bring their children forward as effectively as possible and to learn how to work with the different resources of the country. So I think I have 3 different categories. Do you have any others?
Absolutely. Another big piece is further education for adults. And so we have a new program that we've developed in the last year called a Writing Academy. and we teach people writing skills from the basics to however far they want to go. We've always had creative writing, but we've only recently pulled writing out as a separate category and there has been amazing interest in this. Writing's hard, whether it's a second language or your own language. And so what we want to do is make people comfortable with writing. So we've developed a 4-level writing academy plus some other classes. And one of the main purposes of that is to help people with their work, to either get jobs or improve their jobs.
So, I think I heard you, this writing is to help people be more effective at their work or to get work.
Right.
And you also said it's a whole, from maybe the very fundamentals of maybe even spelling, vocabulary, sentence structure, paragraph structure.
Absolutely, yes.
But it's not designed for people who want to be creative writers?
We do have other classes in that area also. So once they get through the basics of fundamentals, or if they already know those, they can move into creative writing. We have a new class teaching autobiography, autobiographical writing, a creative writing class. We have a lot of writing classes. And not all of them are for jobs. Some are just for pleasure. I shouldn't say just, you know, that would be an important thing to write and have it give pleasure in your life, and it does for many people.
Do you ever have any students who come in and they recognize, they have this attitude that writing is one of those things that really builds the brain? No?
I don't think I've heard that. I think most of the people that we've worked with have been pretty practical and want to enhance their skills and want to learn writing to enhance their skills. And of course it would follow that it builds the brain, but I don't think they come at it that way.
Good. Is it difficult to get started in one of your programs?
Absolutely not. We are an organization that prides itself on customer service. So there are several ways to get started in our programs. We have a website, paadultschool.org. We have a telephone, and we don't have a message tree. We answer the telephone. And so people can call our office at 329-3752. That's area code 650. And the staff will be happy to take registrations and also give advice. All the staff is trained to help advise people, or they know who they can talk to advise people on what they can take.
Yeah, I wasn't listening clearly. What's your website again?
It's paadultschool.org. So, people can look around the community and see our catalog in the libraries, in the Palo Alto Unified School District office. Our office is at Palo Alto High School, and people can pick up a catalog there.
Okay, when does your next course series start?
It starts in January, so we're registering now for January.
Okay, and so as I chat with you, I get the feeling you really want the students to come on in, and you have an innate interest or a great interest in wanting this to be a success.
I believe that people enjoy learning throughout their lives, and I would hope that people at all stages of their lives would participate in learning. So,
okay, and let me just make sure I understand it. This is an Palo Alto Adult School.
Right.
And I shouldn't think of it as night school because
that's right.
It's day and night.
Day and night.
And where do you hold your classes?
The evening classes are mostly at Palo Alto High School, although we are at other schools. Since the adult school is part of the Unified School District, we use many school district facilities. The parent education program, Preschool Family, is at Greendale School next to Cubberley Community Center. Okay. And the day English as a second language classes are at Greendale also.
I'm a bit of a shy person.
Are you?
And now, what kind of people are there in terms of age? Are they my age, all
ages. To some extent, it depends which classes you take. In addition to the programs that I've talked about, we also have what we call community-based. English as a second language, for example, is free. It's supported by the state of California. But we have community interest classes also. We have languages, art, exercise, photography.
Yeah. So free. English as a second language.
English as a second language is free.
Is citizenship free?
No, it has a small fee.
Okay. Well, I think what you're doing is just wonderful, and I encourage everybody to go and go to your website, look around the catalog, and bring your parents, your kids in. And I want to thank you for being a guest on the show.
Well, you're welcome. Thank you so much for having me. I really enjoyed meeting you and talking about my favorite subject.
Yeah. And I'm pleased